Ayan at natapos din ang aming lakaran. Nandito na kami sa baba. Doon kami galing sa pinakataas. Doon.
From the top.
Yeah, it's 700 steps going down. Kaya ang aming mga tuhod ay ninig na. Security
so
check.
inside we ask you, we're not eating chewing gum or smoking until we're exiting of the gardens. Not inside. You can drink only water, nothing else. Okay? You have to stay all the time with our group, with the guides. You cannot go along the gardens. We are going down about 700 stairs. Yes, 700 stairs. If anyone feels that he cannot make that tour, so it's better not to start because there's no exits in the middle. If you start the tour, you have to finish the tour.
No turning back.
No. Okay? So everyone can do it?
Yes, of course.
Okay. And that's why we're not taking photos when we are walking or walking down the stairs. It's very dangerous. So only when the guides will stop and tell you that it's okay to take photos, there you can stop and take photos. Please, just you have to be careful. Okay? And we also have a lot of plants, flowers, water in the fountain. Please don't touch anything in the garden. For now, just
And welcome back again to my channel, Walk with Grace. Andito tayo sa Bahai Gardens. They're devoted in counting talaga. 60.
Hindi daw count dito. Ay, hindi daw count dito. Huwag daw i-count to.
No, we don't stop here, sabi niya. Ayan, nilito nyo tuloy. Mamaya malimutan yung bilang. Binibilang pa naman kung talagang 100 steps. Ayan.
Then just a little part of my story, then we go down, stop again, and I will explain again.
Okay.
So here a little bit about the history of the Bahai community and what is this place. Okay, so Bahai, it's a very young, very new religion. It started in the 19th century, in Persia, today's Iran. And in the Bahai religion, Baha'is, they believe in two prophets. The first was killed, executed in his country, in Persia, in 1850 at the young age. He gave himself new spiritual name, the Bab. The Bab in Arabic means the gate. Okay, so the Bab explained that he would be the gate for new God's revelations. They're like coming for him to the world. But because he was very soon killed, he couldn't continue his teaching, but promised to his believers, who were not a big number at the time in the 19th century, he promised that soon somebody else will come and continue to bring this religion to the world. Okay? And another man from Persia really continued the teaching of the Bab. He called himself Baha'u'llah. In Arabic that means the glory of God, okay? And Baha'u'llah wasn't executed in Persia, but he was imprisoned. Baha'u'llah then later was sent to the neighbor country, to the Ottoman Empire, where he was imprisoned too, and was sent from one prison to another many times, from one city to another, until he was sent to the area, to Akko. You know where is Akko? Across the bay we can see the little kind of island, not island, something, town. Okay, it's Akko. Once in the 19th century, Akko was a prison town. People were sent to that place, let's say, honestly to die, because climate, were too hot. malaria mosquitoes and so on, not water wasn't so clean like today. Okay, so people really who were in Akos prison really could die easily, but Baha'u'llah didn't. He survived. Later he was allowed to come out of the prison, and he lived his 12 last years a little bit to the north from Akko. It's the place called Bagji. So now in the Bagji he is buried. Baha'u'llah is buried over there in Bagji, and there is another big garden, like here, around his burial place. Baha'u'llah once, while visiting this place I mean the Carmel mountain. You probably know that Mountain Carmel is connected to the name of another prophet. It's Elijah. Okay.
Yes.
And because of this mountain considered to be the holy place too in many religions, and Baha'u'llah knew of this, and he decided that it is a good place to bury the remains of the Bab. I didn't explain. The Bab after the first Bahai's prophet, after he was killed in Persia, the Persian authorities did not allow to bury him in any place. There were no place for Bab to be buried, and that's why his remains were still not buried, and for 60 years almost they were kept by his followers in some secret place. Yeah, and only after he was 60 years later after he was killed, he was brought to this place and buried here where he is. The Bab is buried under the nice building with the dome. Okay, so it's called in Hebrew Migdash Bab, or this is the burial place of the Bab. Okay, and the garden started here, this beautiful garden, because the Bab was buried here. It happened in 1909, and community of Baha'is wanted to be the holy place because this is the prophet's burial. Okay, wanted to make it really beautiful, and it took many years to make the garden. Okay, so in 1909 here it was just a mountain, nothing, kind of desert, several trees, many stones. Okay, and now you see what they built here. So they built here 19 nice terraces. The Bab's burial place is right in the middle, okay, in the 10th terrace, and every building was finished here in 2001. Today, 2001, everything was finished and open for public. And today, Baha'is is not a small community. There are around 6 million believers around the world in many countries, and every Baha'i has the right to come here for pilgrimage purpose. Okay, and of course, Baha'is visit Bagji place where Baha'u'llah is buried. Okay, so now you know that Baha'u'llah was killed in Persia. Oh, sorry, Bab was killed in Persia. Baha'u'llah was buried right near the prison town where he was last imprisoned. Okay, so that's why they have here holy places. There is no Baha'i community actually in Israel. Okay, so Baha'is mostly come to visit or to work in this place, because there is not only the burial place, there is also the Baha'i World Center here on the right. We will go down, you will see nice buildings. This is administration of the Baha'i community, so-called Baha'i World Center. So there are many Baha'is who, like volunteers, work in that place. Some Baha'is work in the garden, cleaning everything that they need here for the garden beauty. And also Baha'is have Israeli workers, which are not actually Baha'is, like me or Maya. We are not, we work for them. Okay, so any questions, friends?
Question.
Yeah.
Approximately how much did it cost to build this?
Yeah, I know the number. I know
really?
the number. So Baha'is for many years were collecting donations of them, of believers of Baha'is. It's kind of $250 million were collected to build the terraces, the garden. Pay attention, of course, that everything here is symmetrical. Yeah. So symmetry is not the part of the Baha'i faith. No, no, no. It's just beauty of the garden. Okay, so you paid probably attention that there are sculptures of some birds. Okay, they are not Baha'i holy birds. No, no, there is no such thing. They are all only the decoration of the garden. Okay, so the stars or the eagles you will see, they are just decoration for the garden. They are not Baha'i some holy things. No, no. Okay.
What about the terraces? Is there significance?
For the terraces, there is a significance for the number.
Yeah.
For the number and for the architecture. Okay, so idea was of the architect who is actually the Baha'i one also, Faribor Sahba, did the project of the garden. He was a designer. So his idea was that the burial place of the Baha is in the middle, kind of like the center, okay, and the terraces are like the waves of light, let's say, around the center. And you see the terraces are a little bit like waves. So there are 9 waves, 9 here and 9 down from the burial place. Okay?
That's why.
And that means
it's in the
9
tent.
there, 9 here, 1 in the middle, 19. And this has a meaning. 19 has a meaning because when the religion only started, when the Baha was alive, he had 18 first disciples, first followers or students. Okay? So 18 plus Baha is 19. Okay? Friends, we have now to go on.
Welcome back to my channel, Walk with Grace. And katatapos lang ng aming paglalakad up dun sa taas ng Bahai Gardens, and we just finished walking the 700 steps pababa at sobrang pagod kasi mainit din and hapo dahil pagdating sa lakaran pababa ang hirap talaga para sa akin dahil ang aking problema ang tuhod. Yan. But anyway, we survived. Yan. At sa mga kasama namin kanina sa Bahai Gardens, ayan, I hope na na-enjoy nyo ang ating paglalakad dito sa Bahai Gardens in Haifa. Ayan. Para po sa mga subscriber, at kung hindi pa nakapag-subscribe, please subscribe, like, share this video, and ring the bell button na rin for more videos. Thank you!